and be an absolute god like he is. Worked really, really well for them. I think it's a good case study on teamwork and how things can obviously work in your favor if you leverage your strengths.
Oh my gosh!
What? We hit those, Cloak. What?
That got the crowd up off of their feet.
Yeah, and Cloakzy doesn't even...
Dr. Lupo and Aydan, who have the best position in the game right now.
Keep an eye on them. And we're with Aydan right now, and of course, you hear the crowd are up.
Oh, is that his mom, or is that...
I think
oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, Aydan on a controller, representing controller gang out there, and he hits those. Beautiful shot from Aydan, gets in the limb. And he hits another. He is not missing shots right now, and guess what? You also have ultimate high ground. You're in a great position to close this out. Probably has changed since you told me that in January.
They did lose high ground in the meantime, though. Mr. Savage.
Oh, man.
Can Richard come through?
Nice.
One of the fastest players Mr. Savage is. Can he find this player? No.
Oh,
Benjifishy.
I'm going to talk a little bit of smack here, Mr. Savage. You are a savage.
And let's do it. Let's get into game 2. Launch into that bus. Dump your V-Bucks in. Use code CourageJD. I think that's how he says it.
Why did you pick that code?
I said Lupo last time.
Yeah, he's just spreading the love a little bit.
You know.
Come on, man. I'm up here too.
What about Bola? I said, yeah, exactly. Last time I was like, you should have said Monster. Bola TW.
I can't make everybody.
Yeah. The
Use
thousands.
code Kinstar. I think that's how it.
There you go. Yeah, that would work. That would work indeed, and here's the key to their success so far. Not only sticking together, but landing Happy Hamlin, their rotation path out of early game. They all left with a full loadout. Not necessarily, a retail row loadout where they all have 70 launch pads and legendary weapons left and right, but still, they got the basics, they left.
Yep, and so much loot in Happy Hamlin. I think the most amount of chests of any location in the game. Fighter retail, but again, the early snipe really opened things up. And let's see another fight's breaking down here over towards Lucky Landing between the two teams that dropped here.
And a completely different story for the overtime guys of Thresh and Aircool.
Yeah.
In the waves, they had a kind of an easy day here at Lucky Landing, but this time it's Keolis, Hawker, and Gotaga. It's going to be a tough one to win.
Some kings over in EU, of course. Difficult fight there. Shots put it in. Oh, he's going to get tagged up, though. Loses that trade. Now Keoli's in a rough spot. Needs to try and stay alive. Finally does get knocked here, so the Europeans not looking great, but we'll see if Gotaga on the flank here has high ground, can turn things around.
Gotaga getting a couple of tags, but he's all alone now, and he might opt to completely disengage with the grapnel gun. He's not going to go all the way out. He's actually forced into kind of a rough spot where he has to go full-on 50-50 with Aircool, and a couple of other members were coming right around the corner.
And, some people have heard of Thresh. Of course, all three of these players are streamers, but a couple of these players making a name for themselves this weekend and haven't necessarily competed on the main big stage, or haven't seen them in top 3, top 5 finishes, but they're performing now, and they take out some great EU players. A qualifying team. They qualified for eliminations, and they're showing their aggression early on.
Doing like Storm Surge calculations on other teams, like, this team, they can't actually see that they're getting tagged by Storm Surge. We only see that in this overview because we have the spectator mode here. But he realizes that they're getting tagged by Storm Surge, so he says, okay, try to get a tag on them so we can get the elimination credit. And then after that, we'll just go clean up and get the loot. We don't need to actually fight them at all.
Yeah. Wow, amazing. And you talk about some great teams, you think about the Detroit Red Wings in the 90s, and a lot of these great teams that work so well together. That's kind of why Tfue and Cloakzy work so well together. You don't want to belabor a point by any means, but I got to say, Cloakzy calling shots, as smart of an individual as he is, as an IGL, letting Tfue just do what Tfue does best, hit shots, and be an absolute god like he is. Worked really, really well for them. I think it's a good case study on teamwork and how things can obviously work in your favor if you leverage your strengths. Oh my gosh! What? We hit those, Cloak! What?
That got the crowd up off of their feet.
Yeah, and Cloakzy doesn't even flinch. I mean, look at him. He's like, I hit those every day. It's all good.
He didn't even call it out.
He didn't.
It's crazy.
Oh, no.
Cool. A note, though, that was scented on the back end of that. He just spotted a team pushing him.
East Coast, he's ramping at me.
Careful.
That's what we love about Cloakzy. He's all business. He's not like a lot of other streamers who scream and freak out and hit shots. Very individualistic. He's a leader, and you hear it right now with his comms in this gameplay. 3v2. Because
oh my goodness! Up on the other side, this team has a brilliant fight going through the trap. It's Sharpshooter and company.
Right next to you.
72 hours to get right to Cloakzy to
No
Safety.
way. All eyes on Tim. I think Tom's going for the revive right now. The trap came through. So Tim, the tap man, what can you do? As he's going to get tagged up here, looking pretty grim for Tim. Right now, needs to stay alive. Tries to just throw whatever he can.
Throw a trap. I don't know where it went, bro.
Oh, Tim gets taken out.
It's all up to 72 hours. He does get the revive off him. Cloakzy, he gets the huge shot, but the shockwave comes in. I think they both went to the side. No, Cloak does go down, so eggs off. Sharpshooter.
Can I get you or no?
All eyes on
And
Cloakzy.
Aguilar are going to start to win this exchange, and this is kind of similar to what we saw from the Cypher PK, Nick Merckx and Nate Hill engagement from last game. They do end up fighting against Symphony, Booga, and Nick A30. They're above Storm Surge, though, and the other team isn't, so they've got to be careful.
I'm down to just
That's
fight them.
a tough fight. We talked about Booga's individual skill, of course. Nick
In the
and
back.
Co.
Nice,
Great individuals as well.
Get the
Battle
finish.
of the Titans here as they meet up. Looks like a knock's going to come through.
playing
3
angles.
versus 2. They have a numbers advantage right now. And let's see if they can capitalize. Great shot right there. Nick gets taken out, and Booga comes out on top.
What a clean fight. All the different angles covered from this team.
Where's all this loot?
Which is crazy. I mean, you have to
and then
consider the
we gotta
chemistry
focus on
isn't
Hearth here,
there
okay?
right
We're
off the
chilling on
start.
Storm
These
Surge, we know
guys, we don't know how much they
Do we
practice
have
with each other.
mobility? Nice,
But let me tell you, that fight was
please.
clean. That was something that you see
Okay.
from a top-tier trio.
Yeah. Someone run it?
Booga got the shot on
Drop
Nick
whatever,
Merckx,
drop
and then they came from below. And not
Okay.
only that, but
Someone
I think there was
wants to pick
one
up that
player
Geo,
even
and then
on
we
the
need to rotate
side.
in
So that's
northwest
something
now.
that Nick Merckx has literally no
guys-
chance of escaping.
Yeah, rough situation there. Of course, the trio of Nick Merckx, Cypher PK,
hey,
and
look,
Nate Hill.
hey, look.
You love
We're
them.
gonna
They
have to start
entertain
going-
daily, and
Okay,
they've been
okay.
playing together for a while. I think
Okay, we gotta
games
go.
2 and
Let's
3 will
follow
be
Booga.
interesting.
Yeah.
Will they switch up and go tilted? We'll see if that happens or if they adjust. But, of course, tough situation. You're going up against a great squad.
And if they do go tilted, if they go Gotham City, guess who they're
Gotham City,
going
yes.
up against?
Oh,
I need
It could be this team.
Oh, my
We
gosh.
saw they went shifty first game just because they weren't happy with how Gotham City
watch it.
went.
Yep.
But it still could be a plan of
Get it.
theirs.
Never know.
Here's
It'll
a
be
push in towards zone. They're just basically going for position here. Nick A30 using their RPG
Yeah,
to
they have
kind
loot
of
there. They just
keep
gotta kill.
that
Yo,
team
watch
off
it.
of them.
Yo, RPG,
And I gotta say,
yeah.
they're sitting pretty. You know, all
On
of
me,
them
on
have full
me.
shields, full health. Courage now. Let's jump on board here. Looks like a replay. Let's see how the action broke down. With the minigun. Courage does it all here.
Was that it?
All
right, cool.
Are you happy you saw a minigun kill finally?
You got the minigun.
Elimination?
That's why they gave him the minigun, man.
I was going to say, you guys were talking so much smack on Courage for being the designated minigunner, but, you know, it has its value.
And people have their roles. That's one thing I think that's understated in competitive gaming all up at Fortnite is, look,
Dr. Lupo and Aydan, who have the best position in the game right now.
keep an eye on them. And we're Aydan right now, and of course, here the crowd are up.
Oh,
Careful of any
is that his mom or is that?
I think
oh my goodness!
Gosh, Aydan on a controller, representing controller gang out there, and he hits those. Beautiful shot from Aydan, gets to the limb. And he is not missing shots right now. And guess what? You also have ultimate high ground. You're in a great position to close this out, especially if you keep hitting like that.
Under us, kind of close.
Gotta find one
He's
more
under me, like,
possibly.
two
This is
in the
why
middle.
this position's so good. You have the top-down view on everybody, and they need to ramp up. When they ramp up like that, it's so easy to find easy tags. He's getting so much damage in on the server right now.
Yeah, has just done about 500 damage in the last 30 seconds to a minute alone. Of course, Dr. Lupo, incredibly smart individual. He's going to let Aydan do that. Let Sean do. He knows how great of a duo they are. He's just kind of filling in whatever role they need him to fill in, which is a great kind of addition to this team. On board with Lupo now. Of course, he's known for hitting some shots as well.
Dr. Lupo, he knows how to snipe. In this case, he's got the infantry rifle. He's hunting for that player. He smells him trying to come out through that side and use those RPGs.
Also knows how to cast. We're used to, of course, him and Courage in this position in the finals. Some of the best in all of esports, of course, in
Careful, people
Fortnite.
gliding.
And now, I'm back on board with Aydan. See if he can keep doing damage. He's hitting shots right now. Aydan, who are you?
Too, that's so important. It's the team who won the first game and is in first place currently in terms of prizing and the tournament in general. What a huge pickup for Aydan.
And look at their resourcing too. Of course, he's been getting siphons. They're full health. They're in a good position. Look at their materials, even in an even better position. If he keeps hitting shots the way he's doing, like I said, he should be able to close this out in a positive way. High ground still.
This is what I was talking about too, how they split up. Sean goes way up ahead while Aydan stays in the back. Lupo also down behind Aydan. They're deciding, look, they have a path here. Sean has built it. Aydan can just continue to look for these eliminations. Look for these angles.
He's intentionally going to get a little bit more high ground from Sean. Sean's going to play a little aggressive here. He's known to be an aggressive player, a.k.a. Post Aydan's duo. Big shot to Sean from British Columbia. They have high ground right now.
Yeah, the mats. So important to keep split. A lot of players down right now. There's only 24 left. We're still in what looks like. Oh, how did that RPG hit? I don't even see the angle.
Lupo picks up an limb, so you're going to heal up here, and I think they have a big shield for him as well. So should be in a good position to get back to full health. Lupo picked up 1. Fun fact, Lupo is the 3rd most followed person in the state of Nebraska, so let's change that. Let's get to number 1. Probably has changed since you told me that in January.
They did lose high ground in the meantime, though. Mr. Savage.
Oh, man.
Can Richard come through?
Nice.
One of the fastest players Mr. Savage is. Can he find this player? No.
Oh,
Benjifishy.
I'm going to talk a little bit of smack here, Mr. Savage. You are a savage.
Just keep bridging. Keep this. Keep
In
this.
the meantime, though, Aydan right underneath them. They still have a good position.
Don't follow me.
Gotta figure out. Booga knocks out CourageJD. We're having a lot of team play.
Right after, though, the counter comes through.
We got this, boys. Just keep
Unlocalized. Symphony and Booga going to pick up the limbs. They're in a good position now. High ground is actually taken instead by Savage, as we mentioned earlier. So only 13 players left. It's going to all come down to the wire here. Aguilar, one of our qualifiers, still alive in low ground, turtling as much as they can. But of course, it's Symphony and Booga and Co. in a great position.
In your box.
Aydan's still up, though. He's with Sean. He's got a possibility to win this game, guys. You need to give him your energy if you want it to happen. He's going to grapple up ahead with Sean, too. Synchronized grappling.
Synchronized grappling. That's a new sport, by the way. He gets coned in for a second. Going to dig himself out. All eyes on Aydan. He loves these situations in these close tunnels where he can leverage his controller, aim assist, to take advantage of his right-hand advantage to hit shots with shotgun. Phenomenal at that close range fight. That's why he used to love to drop tilted towers back in the day. Let's see what they can do here. Can Aydan and Sean, the duo, close this out? Great mats, great shield, in a good position.
But a tough spot against Mr. Savage and company because they have an RPG up on high ground. It's so tough here, but they do drop down quite early. He's going to take high ground. King Richard and the high ground for Aydan.
They had no idea that he had high ground. He connects with a headshot, pump to the face. Aydan, 1 versus 1 for a great opportunity to take high ground. Sean in a rough position. He's going to actually knock 1. So Aydan and Sean, the siphons come through. King Richard gets taken out. Aydan gets some heals, and they're in a great position here to secure 50K.
50K, 1 versus 1 right now. Who's the final player? It might be Mr. Savage. He's lost the high ground here. Kind of a fake grappler. He's going to go up anyways. Shoot him down. Possibly no. Not yet. There it is. Not yet going to grab it.
Connected there.
He still has so many mats to fight with.
Going to take low ground right now. Aydan sitting low ground, healing up. That's his last mini. Needs to use it well. Rockets above him. Aydan goes. Oh, no, he misses his damage. Opportunity. Throw it down.
So close in the final moments. Aydan versus Mr. Savage. What a story for that. And I've got to say, that was insane. All the way through the heavy snipes. Everything that he did in the end game, landing on those players unaware up above. That was King Richard that he caught by surprise.
Crazy finish. Dude, 1 versus 1 for the red.
It feels so cool to watch a player go like, don't follow me, I'm going aggro, and this can actually win the game. Mr. Savage versus Aydan for the win.
That's a historical 1v1, really. We're going to remember this one because...
Aydan with the grapple, though, to come back up.
And look at this first grapple. The first grapple didn't connect the way he wanted it to.
I thought it was over right there. I'm like, it's over. He's done. He's gone down the hill.
He was so quick, too, with pulling that out. Unfortunately, that's the difference with the normal grappler.
I got this fucking
and
shit,
the
baby.
grapnel
Easy
gun.
fucking doubles, okay? Easy fucking dub.
That's
Listen to this.
huge confidence from Mr. Savage. Tries to show the shot.
And he calls it, too. That's the best part. He called it.
Easy dub.
Easy dub, boys. I got this.
Oh, my goodness. I think that was my favorite moment of the day.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing I've seen happen today.
Wave's excited right now, guys.
That was awesome.
I have the winners, so you're in luck. The winners are down here. You guys just picked up a victory on the second match of our finals here. So, first of all, walk me through this team. How you guys all know each other? You hang out outside the game much?
So me and Rojo, we played together for 1.5 months, so we know each other. And then Richard, he's also an energy, and yeah, he's just a really good player. So yeah.
Richard, how do you think your skills all complement each other?
Like these two are just like absolutely insane, and then I'm just like there for moral support right now. Just keeping the team together, like they really play Fortnite hardcore, and just having these two, like it's nuts.
Oh, you're lucky you got two of the best in the game here. Now, tell me a little about what it's like to come to Twitchcon, play on our incredible circular stage, surrounded by all these fans. How are you feeling?
It's amazing. It was the same at the World Cup with all these fans. It's amazing having things like this going on instead of sitting in your house and playing the game. It's amazing with all these people here.
We also have all your viewers watching on stream at home, so I want to give each of you an opportunity to say something to the lovely people.
Sorry, what did you say?
What do you want to say to all your wonderful viewers?
Oh, use my code in the item shop. Rojo11, that's a good one.
That's an excellent thing to say to the viewers. Anything, King Richard?
Welcome to the kingdom.
Oh, thank you. It's lovely to be part of your kingdom now. Do we do anything particular to be part of the kingdom?
No, you just have to support. Any way you support, you're a part of it.
All right, I can do that. Now, how about you? Anything you want to say to the fans?
Just go turn like you. I mean, Shockwave RPG, you know, easy.
You guys are great. Congratulations on your victory, but we still got 2 games left, so get back to your seats, and I'm giving you back up to the casters.
To go, here we are. I think this is the current prize leaderboard. Okay, so you can see the $11,000 that Mr. Savage, King Richard, and Rojo won in game 1 now applies to the $50,000 they won in game 2. And holy crap, this is some pretty insane math we got going on as these guys are climbing up the standings. Who's going to be our victor at the end of the day? Right now, King Richard's team sitting on top.
I got to point out the rise that the number 5 team right there, Aydan, Dr. Lupo, and Sean put themselves in 5th place. And if they can repeat what they did, we are now halfway through the games. So it's still kind of up in the air in terms of who can be at the top at the end of the day.
Also important to note, team number